If you think yacht racing just involves small dinghies on a lake, then think again. Say hello to the boys and girls who race the super yachts of the world. These yachts cost millions of dollars and are absolutely massive and owned by wealthy individuals who sometimes just like to race against each other for the hell of it. Welcome to the Racing Super Yachts. Super Yacht Cup organiser Kate Branner tells us how the regattas work.
Well, I think anybody racing is competitive. You can be on a boat that actually isn't built for racing, but if you're against another boat, you're going to want to win. And that's why we've split the fleet into two classes. The boats that race regularly and have an IRC certificate, they race in one class, in the performance class, and they are given an international rating, which means that when they all start together, they have a fleet start, they race against each other, but theoretically they're really racing the clock, because once they cross the finish line, their time is then adjusted to give an overall result that is corrected time. On the other scale, we have the boats in the traditional class, which are in a pursuit race format. That means that the slowest boat starts first, and then they catch up. So the fastest boat of the fleet starts last, and his main aim is to overtake as many boats as he can. Very much clearer for everybody watching, because whoever crosses the line in that class first wins.
We filmed the fleet in Palma and talked to some of the skippers and crew. The yacht's owners like to keep a low profile, but are all keenly competitive and push their multi-million-dollar craft way beyond their cruising limits. With reputations at stake, dangers of collisions, and responsibility weighing heavily, it's no place for the faint-hearted.
2, 1, that was the start for the performance class. All clear, good sailing, gentlemen. Listening out.
J-class yachts were built in the 1920s and 30s. At the time, they were some of the fastest floating objects in the world, hugely expensive, and represented the pinnacle of yacht racing technology. Skipper Dan Jackson introduces one of the most historic competing yachts, the J-class Ranger.
Well, obviously they're one of the most recognisable historical racing boats. When you see a J-boat, there's no mistaking what it is. All of our sails have to go up and down, and we have to change them over, so we need manpower just to shift the sails, getting spinnakers up on deck and getting them hoisted safely. Our spinnaker pole is over 15 metres long, so we just need manpower to move all this safely.
Even in the gentle breeze and seas of this race, it's easy to appreciate the grace and power of these magnificent sailing vessels.
We race Ranger in 4 or 5 regattas a year in the Mediterranean and the Caribbean. Well, we have a group of professionals that we bring in, mostly Kiwis, ex-America's Cup sailors, Volvo sailors, and we have a crew boss that manages all that. We have an excellent racing team that come and sail with us regularly. And then we have the regular crew which keep the boat in excellent condition. You have to take into account the boat's performance, its limitations, but we just run a tactical race like anyone else, using the weather and the conditions. She was one of 6 designs they did for the 1937 America's Cup, Sparkman and Stevens, and she was tank tested and found to be the fastest. So they built it in 1936 for the 1937 America's Cup. In Bath Iron Works in the US. Oh, it's spectacular. It's spectacular. And it's a handful. We race traditionally with 39, 40 people. And we keep most of them busy. Everything that you do on any other sailing boat, it's just there's more of it. You know, we need more people to bring down the spinnakers because, you know, there are 1,000 square meters. So we just need manpower.
Okay, my name is Bear Wynne. I'm captain of Scheherezade and have been for 3 years. To the people who know her and love her, we call her the prom queen because she's always the prettiest girl on the block. But she's a very, very special yacht because she's wooden, the largest coal molded boat in the world. But for anybody who's worried about we cut down trees to build a boat, not true. We actually built the boat out of trees that were felled about 600 years ago, and they were excavated from a swamp in Washington State. The boat was built in Hodgson Yachts in Maine, in the northeast of the United States, by some very, very talented people. The boat took 580,000 man-hours to build, which is, for anybody who doesn't know, that's probably about double what a normal yacht this size takes to build. The build time was about 5 years. That every last little detail, finite detail on the boat was thought about and executed in a manner. I mean, people talk about boats being a work of art. This boat is, even down to the bilges on this boat, is a complete work of art. Well, we looked at the start line and the wind was actually quite far south.
Okay, we're good. 9, 8, 7, 6.
Did a triangular course, same course as we did yesterday, which is a upwind first leg, then a fairly broad reach on the second leg, and then a fairly tight reach on the third leg. Typically, in a yacht race, you start on starboard tack, you go across the line, but it means that we're pursuit racing and there's no other boats on the line, and we're starting essentially by ourselves, even though we're only a minute different from the boat that started in front of us. We do a port tack start and come across the line, which favoured us heavily. The boats that started 2 or 3, 4 minutes in front of us, we actually caught up to them after we crossed the line after 30 seconds because they started a starboard tack start. Then we sailed a very good beat up to the windward mark, including in both classes, including the performance class and like the large cruiser class or something like that, which we are in.
Oh, tactics are very important, and some of these boats have flown in some of the best sailors from all over the world. Many of the guys on board have taken part in America's Cups and sail on the other Grand Prix circuits, TP52s and all sorts of things, and even Olympic campaigns. We've got some of the best sailors, but actually they're here this week not only to help the owner race the boat as well as possible, but also have some fun. It's different to their other campaigns where they may be towing the official sponsor line. Here they're sailing well, enjoying it, and making sure the owners have a good time. The owners are racing on all the boats. Some have a very active role, some are very keen to drive for the whole race or offer tactical advice, all sorts of input or sail trimming. Others maybe have a group of guests and are quite happy to sit in the cockpit and enjoy the scenery, enjoy the excitement and watch the crew work. I think all of the owners on board are people that want to do well. They're all competitive, successful people, and they like a good ambience on board, and having the right people and having all the crew manoeuvres work well keeps everyone happy.
Hey, big shot, come on, show me what you got. Yeah. Hey, big shot,
We have some legends on board.
come on, show me what you got.
The amount of sea miles under keels, people on board today was quite spectacular. Older, more experienced people. As we said today, we were Team Wrinkly, so it actually worked out very well. But you know, there's no substitute for knowledge. And we have Rodney Keenan, who's America's Capt, who owns Quantum Sails New Zealand, doing the tactics. He's a very good friend of mine. Phil Wade. Butcher. Oh, well, Butcher's a legend in his own lunchbox. Hank Holstead, very renowned in these bucket regattas.
You got plenty of money. I
Lots and lots of experience, lots of characters. People can keep you in the bar telling you sea stories for a long, long, long time.
You know you acting so high class.
Big boats, big occasions, the ultimate big boys' toys.
Big shot.